stand strong, we stand tall, all together now, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Cause we warriors, yeah. Let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, bless up, one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, let's go, raise up, that's right, roll with it, it's yours, let's shine, come on. Yeah, cause we warriors, yeah, cause we warriors.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে PowerUp সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে দুটি প্রাইজ পুল সহ দুটি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ দুটি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বের নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের দুটি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছি। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Okay, so taking it from the top. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping you guys are having a wonderful evening. And I believe you guys have noticed that, blooper, which actually was not supposed to be there, but in the end, it was a technical difficulty. But we are going to be able to fix that. And we're going to be bringing you ESPL Bangladesh Valorant Invitational Season 4. And today's matchup is going to be between GSC Headhunters and AG Esports Calix. I'm your host, Christian, and joining me is going to be Kalashnikov.
Thank you so much, Christo, and this is gonna be one hell of an evening tonight. And now we're gonna see one of the best matches on the lower bracket finals. And thank you so much, Christo, once again. And everyone knows that ESPL is a global esports network and tournament platform provider with the goal of elevating players from casual gamers to esports champions. Starting 2021 with a bang, ESPL hope to grow Valor esports talent across South Asia in the PowerUp series. And also the invitationals. Visit espl.gg/Bangladesh for more tournaments like these and fun esports content. We're currently live streaming on ESPL Bangladesh Facebook and YouTube as well as BongoBD.
Indeed. And by the way, in case you guys have missed, the Amateur Cup of Season 5's qualifiers are already actually they're actually taking the registrations. So if you think you have got what it takes to fight on this stage, do register. You never know. You may end up on the top tier of the Amateur Cup. And as Kalashnikov mentioned, the top 3 teams from the Amateur Cup is gonna be qualified for the Invitational. But that being said, we're going to be seeing a game between GSC, Headhunters, and AG Esports Calix, as I mentioned, on the Invitationals. And as you can see on your screen, we're going to be having a matchup on Heaven First, selected by AG Sport Calix, right there. And GSC is going to be attacking there. And on the second map, Aston is going to be seeing some action selected by GSC, and Calix is going to be going for their defensive rounds. And in case we see one maps on both teams' side, we're going to be heading into by once again, we're going to be seeing CLX on defense. Or should I say, on every specific map, we're going to be seeing Team GSC Hunters on their attacking rounds. So in the early stage. So all right, actually this does not surprise me that much, but still I'm really excited to see what we are going to be seeing in the game up, because we do see some roster swaps, or should I say player lineup coming into some change from the side of GS Hunters. We know them as a very dominant team from since the very beginning of ESPL. So let's see if they're still gonna be good with that, because they have a new contender on the board. And as we're at it, we're gonna be heading into the first map of the game, which is gonna be Heaven, selected by AG Esports Calix. GSC is gonna be attacking first.
So basically, on the picks here, we're seeing on the defending side CLX Flicker on the Reina Astro on Sky, okay? Ryo on the Sova pick, Specs on the Ermin pick, Sanity once again on the Sentinel, Killjoy, and on the other side, Sasuke on the Ermin, Savage on the Sova, Elias on the Jet, Hot Shot, Nico. Okay, Nico is the new face I'm seeing here once again. Nico on Cypher, and Aesop. Okay, so basically, Elias and Aesop has swapped their side. Elias gone for Jet, and Aesop has went for the Reina. Pretty much different to watch. But on the other side, we have like the initially we saw pick on the Sky, but now we are seeing Jet pick on the other side. So speaking of that, Presto, what do you think this map is gonna be? I mean, this is a Heaven, right? So in every map, GSC HH is gonna go for the attack and going for the aggression. Also, we saw CLX being really in the last match. We saw CLX playing against INES was pretty promising to watch, because basically they were really aggressive and they were dominating, one kind of domination throughout the match against INES. So what we're thinking? Is CLX gonna show the same amount of aggression against GSCHH, or GSCHH is gonna outsmart?
Well, about CLX, there is one thing. They used to be a very aggressive team since the very beginning, but they have adapted a lot, and now they are actually a force to be reckoned with. And for GSC, they actually had an upper hand, but as they have the roster swaps here, we're actually seeing their low roles being scattered around a lot, because Elias used to be a player who used to be the Omen. Sasuke used to go for the Cypher, but this time around it's actually changed. I don't see any identical composition from their end, except for the side of Savage going for the Sova. So this is actually gonna be a big question mark for me. Predict any teams have success rate here, but still, we know both of the teams are pretty experienced here, so we are really gonna be hopeful with their team line and strategies. But for now, we're gonna be seeing GSC putting some aggression here, as they will pick up the first kills onto the side of CLX. CLX was not ready for their aggression, and this is gonna be a C execution as the plan goes down, as the clock is also drowning. And there you have it, the plan has gone down, and suddenly CLX is actually swarming near C, but as there is so many cages and smokes near the vicinity, they are not actually able to get the line of sight onto their opponents. And even if they are able to do so, I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize on that, because Elias is going to be picking up a third kill right there. And we're going to be seeing a very aggressive execution from the side of GSC Headhunters. And even though they started very slow, but still they were able to capitalize on the map and the objective of C. They just denied the entry from the defenders, and the retake just did not happen. And as they are off to a good start, they're actually gonna force team AG Esports Calix to go for an eco. Looks like GSC Headhunters is not having too much of an issue, as they just lost to Mock recently, who has joined Exile Esports.
Well, actually, what I'm seeing is GSC HH is basically outsmarting the opponents. Like, you see this cage, the smokes, the push they're putting off together, executions. It was really, like, better compared to that. Anyways, we are seeing Aesop taking out Flicker, trying to get the first frag of the board with a shotgun, but misses the shot. We're seeing very quick plan coming out on the side of GSC HH, and we're having the after plan situation, 4 versus 5 situation. And this is gonna be one hell of an evening tonight, and we are still watching. Maybe there's gonna be something else, but we're seeing the same kind of, the formation that is like 2x1 building site system. And we're seeing entry up on the board. Some damage. Sanity gets the first frag. Elias gets one another. Sanity really low, going for the damage, but Sasuke takes him out off the back. And we're still seeing the coordinated push, 2 back on the left, and there is 1 shotgun, 1 pistol, trying to make a difference. He gets trapped out. Maybe 1. No, he doesn't. Misses the shotgun shot. Maybe something. And HH Savage gets off the frag. Wonderful execution coming on the side of GSC HH, finishing off CLX just like that.
So being an anti-eco round, I must admit that GSC played it very marvelously. They did lose 1 player, but still they were able to adapt, and they actually recovered that pretty fast, because Sanity did get 1 kill, but still that kill did not get unpunished. So Sanity was able to get, I mean, he did get one, but in the end, it just did not matter because he was also taken out when he was trying to deploy the swarm grenades. But that is not going to be a problem for CLX because, as I say, this is actually the rounds you can put in as examples because you never know how your opponents are going to be playing it. So as you are having that upper hand, I believe CLX is going to be able to read that, and now they know how GSC is going to be moving forward. For now, they are still sticking with their bonus guns, and now we're actually seeing both the owl drones being tossed inside of B. So I do see a lot of aggression being tossed here, but I really doubt if it's going to be a B execution. But either way, we see the players actually gathering up. The Omen, the Sova, and the Reina, as well as the Jet, is actually not falling back. The Cypher may also join their posse any second now, but I guess this is actually a trick of bamboozling them because we're also seeing the smokes being tossed in, and slowly and steadily they're actually moving out. And I believe it's going to be an A execution. Sanity is going to be nearby with his Lego bricks lying around, or should I say her toys. The Killjoy is really waiting for an execution. And to be honest, Killjoy as a sentinel, which is also applicable for Cypher, he can actually log a specific objective with the informations he brought onto the board. And looks like Sanity is really not going to abandon the ship in any means necessary, but he is going to be joined by the Jet here. And there you go, there's the arrow coming in. Sandy's going to spot it out and he will destroy that as well. And now this is going to be a execution after all. Sandy's going to be the opener and he's going to find the second kill as well. But he's not done yet, but looks like he will be done as Ilias is going to eliminate him. But looks like GSC is really on a rampage. They were on the bonus rounds, but still they are not giving up too much things away. They do have the manpower in their favor. So this is really going to be slightly hard for CLS to adapt, but looks like Flicker is not going to have too much of it because he will get one and now looking for more, but there's the crossfire setup from the side of GSC. We're going to have a 1v1, but in the end, Sasuke is going to clutch it out, and he will make sure GSC will not win their bonus round, which is obviously going to be distraction for Team AG Esports Calix because they are forced to go for yet another eco round. GSC is going to be sitting on top of a mountain of money, and they won't have to worry about upcoming rounds to come. 3-0 in favor of GSC.
Well, in that case, what we saw is the awesome crossfire set by GSC over every point of angles, every situation. They have been really calm and really, had that inside them that they're gonna push it, they're gonna cross them off, they're gonna catch them off guard every time they're gonna, going for the entry, which makes them really dangerous in case of after plan situation, and they're really good at that. They're really good at entering, they're really good at planting the bomb, and they're really, adapting to the situations. But anyways, we're seeing one tap coming on the side of Specs, really good one tap, but we are seeing two frags on the board coming on the side of GSC really good one. Their entry goes off, checking off the angles. Ace up, can you get it? No! Specs with a second one tap!
Excuse me,
Hello? Is anyone there? Anyways, Specs gets taken now. And we are seeing three situation doable for both of the team, trying to one tap everyone, but not enough. Both of them are focusing on one player. They're not gonna let down Rio. What was that? Are you gonna get the second one? No. One man army. Oh my God, Rio 1v1 situation doable. Going for the diffuse, going for the half diffuse. Oh my God, Sasuke on a quad kill, 5 HP clutch. That was almost done by Rio, but too bad. It was too close, yet too far. And this is the 4th round coming on the side of GSC undefeatable till now, dominating the field of heaven.
I must admit the effort from the side of Ryo because he did get 2 kills, which is also applicable for Specs. But in the end, it just did not matter because of the Omen TP, or should I say the Out of Shadows, he was able to bamboozle Ryo very successfully. Ryo almost got the defuse, but in the end, the clock is not going to be favoring him. But for now, we do see CLX going for their full Rai, and Hero is going to be opening his gun up onto the body of the ally, as Flicker is going to be sticking with an operator. And Flicker being a Reina player, he's actually a monster when it comes to playing the operator, which is actually kind of, questionable from my end because we tend to see the Jet players going for the off play, but nowadays we're seeing, not nowadays, it's actually a very usual scene that the Jet players are going to be going for that, but he being a Reina player, you know, when he is going to be on his ultimate, that operator is not going to be a very effective weapon. And speaking of the Reina ultimate, we're going to be seeing Asa popping out the Empress, and the plan has gone down very successfully. So GSC is being way too aggressive for CLX to handle, because undoubtedly they are actually picking them off one by one. And there you go. Aesop is gonna find a double. Actually, he's gonna find a lineup without even asking for it. Specs will pick up one kill, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do much. He's gonna pick up one, and in the end, he's gonna meet his fate in the hands of Aesop. What is actually happening, ladies and gentlemen? GSC is actually going for such aggressive plays, even though CLX are going for the retakes and sometimes they're successful. GSC just comes up on top, and that's actually 5 rounds in favor of GSC without any block of their momentum. So CLX is actually trying their best. I'm not gonna say CLX is doing these mistakes or, you know, any mistake which I can highlight, but still somehow GSC, they're actually predicting CLX very successfully. But either way, we're gonna be heading into yet another eco round from CLX.
Well, speaking of that, speaking of mistakes of CLX, actually, I wouldn't call it mistakes. And yeah, there are lots of mistakes, but this is not the mistake. This is the difference of skills, difference of, you know, the tacticalism and the gunfight mechanics and everything else comes with it. And it's really coming off of the board, and Q gets one more frag on Aesop. 4v4 situation, very doable. There might be some change coming off because CLX is on full eco, really good eco coming off. We are seeing throwing off the Vandal, really good teamwork coming off there. Really nice to see teammates caring about one another. GSC Savage against one of real Flicker on Savage with a shotgun, really good. Recovering the Vandal made them really good right now, and it's 3v3 situation. We're seeing a full rotation, but only one hold coming off on the side of mid heaven, and we are seeing the angle entry of the side. We're seeing smokes down the floor. We're seeing the plan going off at A, going for a defensive strat. Elias holding a really good angle, gets one frag, really nice one there. It's 1v3 situation. Flickered though with a Vandal. I mean, goes to the Empress, and I don't think he's gonna stay. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna push it. He's gonna make it happen. Maybe, maybe not. Let's watch and see. And so he's scanning for every place for cameras and traps. Walking to the chips and traps, going through it. Makes sound. No time left. He has to make it happen right now, but gets untapped by Elias on close range. Flicker is taken out once again. 6th round coming off on the side of GSC undefeatable yet now. Really dominating performance coming out on the GSC. We are seeing a valuable, we are seeing a commendable, we are seeing a big difference of skill gap here on every sense possible. CLX really need to come back on this, step on it. Yep, exactly as Cresto said, stepping on it. If they don't, I don't think it's gonna come back.
Well, there's one thing, Kalashnikov, I just noticed from the side of CLX, because you can see how their map control is, because I actually did not pay attention to that on the first time. But now actually I can see where are they lacking. Or should I say they're actually not focusing on the map control rather than going for the frags. And they will find the entry onto Aesop, but still, we did see GSC actually rotating, and they're actually getting in the head of CLX. And that is not giving CLX any time to recover from any potential threat. So GSC will try their best to, you know, hold on to their current aggression. Well, you know, when you are playing a competitive game, you really want your opponent to double think their strategies, double think whatever they're doing. So GSC, as they are completely focusing on that, CLX just may find actually, excuse me, right there. GSC may find their success right there, and CLX is really having a hard time dealing with that. But either way, they're actually gonna be having the entries, as Sanity is gonna find a turret without even trying. And now, in order to deny the plan, they will go for the defensive killjoy, but still the lockdown may not be successful because the plan has already gone down. So that being said, we do see one player getting detained, so that is gonna allow Team CLX for a very aggressive plays. Hero is gonna go for the take here, but the killjoy is not gonna be going for that. And now from the side of CLX, I think this is gonna be a very successful retake, unless Sasuke makes a miracle happen. But Miracle is gonna have to wait because the spike is gonna be defused more than easily, and Sasuke is gonna be eliminated by Sanity. And slowly but steadily, they are going to be able to bring one round back in their favor. So that's actually a progress from the side of CLX. But in order to equalize it, they will have to win 5 more rounds, which is really going to be a challenge. But considering this is just the first half, I think CLX can still make it happen.
Well, actually, on the last round, I mean, the MVP of the round was absolutely Sanity, because Sanity just got inside and he just on his initiation, everything stopped, everything progress that was made initially by his GSCH is all up to a failure. We're seeing Flicker being really aggressive, gets out, settling Sasuke on the push on the wall banks, making it happen. Misses all the shot. They're still defending. Whether anyone gets hold of that operator, they're not letting them happen. Anyways, we're seeing really aggression coming out on the side of GSC. GSC was not so happy about losing last round because they were in really awe on that point when the initiation was raised by the Sanity, and it really made it happen. It really made everyone have the confidence to push and clear off the side. I think what CLX is really lacking right now is the confidence. I think if they can, boost up their confidence, I think they can really play up to this, and maybe the momentum might change right now. Anyways, we're seeing pushes coming off, all out, hell loose on the side, and we're seeing Elias pushing off. Elias takes Sanity. Sanity takes down Elias. Nico takes back Sanity once again. Hunter's Fury coming off on the side. Damage being done. CLX Ryo. Ryo does a lot of damage by his ultimate. Hunter's Fury really successful on the floor. 2v3 situation. Aesop trying to take angles. Gets the info peek over here. Info's given. 3v3 situation. After plan situation. Cross once again. Really doable crosses we're having here. Three of them pushing together, making the angle doable. Pushing, nice one, nice cross coming off. Aesop, another cross, and there is one more left. Really good, really coming off. Sasuke taking out his pistol, finishing off Ryo. What a skill! What a 1v1. We're seeing a similar round coming off the board. We saw the similar kind of round coming off, like in the previous round, back in the 5th round, if I'm not wrong. Same play coming here, same cross, same players. Really nice cross out here, really nice after plan strat here, finishing off CLX once again, and with the 8th round coming off on the side of GSCHH, 9th round running out, and full buy on both teams.
You know, Kalashnikov, long ago Mahatma Gandhi said that switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading, and that is something Sasuke actually took to his heart, and that's why he actually went for the classic burst, and then he was able to. Oh no! That's something you don't wanna see. But yeah, as I was saying, that was something Sasuke was actually embraced to his heart, and he will find success with that. But either way, we're seeing GSC being way too aggressive for CLX to handle, even despite of winning one round for CLX. They're actually not able to hold on to the aggression from the side of GSC, because every single time we see GSC finding success in order to push the round into post plan, because they never fail with their plans. I mean, whether the execution is perfect or not, the plan goes down successfully, and every single time CLX finds themselves on a post plan. And yes, they are gonna be here once again. Specs is gonna find one kill in order to equalize the manpower. Flicker is gonna pick up one more onto Savage, and now I think they are actually focusing on the kills. But I don't think they're gonna be able to find so much success with that. But actually, they are gonna prove me wrong right on my face, as Sanity is gonna get the remaining 2 kills, and that is how he's gonna be going for the clutch, as he has a lot of time. There you go. That is another round in the favor of CLX, or should I say AG Sport Calix, but still I'm gonna give it to the side of GSC Headhunters, because every single round they are successful when it comes to going for the plan, because they are really not burning time. They know they are the attackers, they are the people they're supposed to show the aggression, and that is something I really love from the side of team GSC Headhunters, because pushing it to the post-plan situation, which is obviously going to favor your economy. Well, they're really not having any of it, because as we see, they may have some struggles with their economy now, but still they're actually going for the eco round here, but still they're going to be having half shields at least on their sides.
Let's focus on the player's sanity, admin. So basically, the player's sanity, I mean, every time, that guy is being the star of the team, always trying to defend off, clutching off the angles. I mean, look at him being the sentinel of the team. He's really being effective for the team at the least of the times. And right now, what we're seeing him is being really aggressive every time, going for that, impossible peaks, trying to fight against his enemies and fending off teammates, fending off the side. He's really successful in that attempt, using utilities to his best and trying to stop off the pushes coming off, the aggression coming off of the GSC. He's pretty successful. I hope that everyone in that team, if plays like Sanity, I guess they'll be really, really effective. Anyways, we're seeing him pushing off. Will he die the angle? Maybe he will. And he does. Good eco coming over the push. We are seeing on the Empress on the side of Aesop, still holding off. Wait a minute. Is anyone hiding on long?
Yes, there
Yes,
is.
he was. Aesop takes off Specs just off the board. Really good shocker coming off on the board. There's Flicker on an entry. Empress sadly takes on the wrong situation. Ryo on a good one tap, but Aesop finishes off the round. Star of the MVP of the round. Aesop finishing off everyone. Really, really nice. But what I saw to Flicker, really wrong timing on his ultimate. Maybe it was a miss push or he did it purposely, but really, really sad that he missed his ultimate. And it's really sad to watch in a situation like that. He really needed not to do that. Instead, he could have pushed and made a difference. But anyways, we're seeing CLX on Eco once again and Flicker with a shoddy.
Well, you know, Kalashnikov, there was something I didn't mention, that every single time GSC is successful when it comes to going for a post-plan situation, they push the round in order to make themselves, or should I say, make their clock in their favor. So that is something I really appreciate from the side of GSC, because look at that. You know, even on the previous round, they had everything against them, but still they were able to push the round in order to burn the time, and they actually planted the spike. That's one, and aside that, they also took the round. So that is really gonna be a problem for Calix on the long run. So I wonder how Calix is gonna be opting to play with that strategy, because if they're not countering that, this is really gonna be a problem. Kiro here is gonna be holding on to C long, but still I don't see much success ratio here, because Ryo is gonna be the first casualty of the round. And you know, you talking about Flicker and Aesop, well, Flicker actually had a panic attack, and you know, in the tournament match, there's so many people watching you playing, so obviously it's really understandable. A player may have a panic attack, he may have a moment of doubt, because I just cannot understand what am I supposed to do. So that actually happened back there, most likely. So it just happened. Either way, the spike is gonna make its way to the side, inside of the objective, and then we're gonna be seeing the spike going down more than easily. And there you go, Specs is also gonna fall. So that is gonna be putting CLX on a very bad situation, and I believe we're actually going down for a very flawless round. Flicker will recover the Sheriff, but the Sheriff will have to leave the town as soon as he was available in the town. But
before the switch.
that is gonna be a flawless round, as I mentioned, and this is gonna be taking us to the last round before the swap. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, GSC Headhunters is really dominating the match so far. We really did not expect that from the side of GSC. Personally, I thought CLX really performing up to the mark on the previous days, considering the performance against Instant Esports from the side of CLX. I really expected a very balanced play, but looks like I was completely wrong. Even after having the swap, GSC is gonna have the upper hand. So looks like they don't have any problem as they lost more, but doesn't matter. This is in the last round with the swap, as I mentioned, Kalashnikov.
Well, speaking of that, Crystal, I mean, sometimes I think really like maybe our predictions coming off on the board sometimes are wrong. Like it's a deja vu coming off, and as we're seeing Hunter's Fury, and he was chasing someone. But anyways, Ryo killed the Sasuke on the head. It was really nice. And Flicker taking one more frag, but Savage taking out one refrag coming off the board. Nice one there. And once again, Kiro on another frag. Let's see what Kiro does. Kiro is on 30 HP, and two attackers pushing on the angles of A. We're seeing Aesop holding off the angle just like that.
Objective is completely clear.
Yep, exactly. Entry might come fast, but right now, if Jet comes off, he might be able to see the body of Aesop. Kiro, if picks, he might be able to see the gun barrel of Aesop. Sadly, entry comes off, and we're seeing a planting over here. We're seeing Hunter Fury coming off. Ryo takes off Savage on the break here and goes for the Hunter Fury, and we are still seeing all hell break loose still. And we might be seeing a detention coming off. He just let it go, and that's a knife coming up on the side of CLX onto Aesop, sadly. But I don't think Aesop really cares, and Aesop is sad about that because he just, was getting inside the initiation and just gave up the round. Really nice one coming out of the CLX. CLX is really good at that. Really good defense at the last moment, using all the ultimates they really had. Really good coming off. and we are on the SOP here. We're GSCHH on defense and CLX on attack. Let's see whether CLX can really make it happen. As you, my friend, always say that miracles do happen.
Miracles happen, that is for sure. But aside that, that is a huge margin to fail, Kalashnikov, because 9-3. I wouldn't call that a very balanced split. 7-5, okay, that's a balanced one. 8-4, doable. 9-3, no, I wouldn't call that, because if you are losing this pistol round here, this is actually gonna be a death sentence for you, because you are allowing your opponents to crack the double digits, and once they are dead, this is really gonna be hard for you to bring it back. Well, as you said, miracles do happen, but do you really want to sit on that? Do you really want to gamble that? I wouldn't have done that if I was a player, but either way, we're seeing CLX being very aggressive here. You did say that, yes, on the last round, Aesop really can care less about the knife, but I think he will obviously show them some of his own medicines as well. But yeah, he did get detained intentionally, but looks like Aesop is already on the rampage, as he will eliminate Sanity first, and that is the plan coming in. Specs is going to have a lot of targets to shoot at, but he's not going to be any of the shots, as Sasuke is going to pick up his own kill. Hero will pick up a double, but still, this is all up to Flicker now. Flicker will find the first. Can he find the remaining two? Considering the Jet is low on HP, this is really doable, but now we see Aesop actually peeking while he was reloading, but doesn't matter. Elias is gonna go for the jump, and he will finish the shots. The remaining needed shots, which was needed to kill Flicker, and there you have it. There is a lot of time to go for the defusal, and that is how GSC is gonna be able to take it to the double digits. And now this gets harder from here, Kalashnikov. And yes, miracles happen. I do say it multiple times, and I'm gonna say it once again, but do you really want this snowball effect to carry on? Because trust me, if it's gonna happen now, this map itself is gonna be long gone and lost for the side of AG Sports Cali, considering Heaven is their best map.
Well,
Because this is the map they chose.
no. I mean, look at this. Like, the Heaven map, they chose to attack it first. Sorry, defend it first. I mean, yeah, exactly. So basically, what I thought is every time I see CLX picking up the attack first, but right now, something different. So maybe they weren't mentally prepared to fight against a team like GSCHH, because GSCHH is really a top tier team and really did really good on many tournaments, especially on series we saw earlier series. I'm not gonna mention any series on on specific, but every series I saw them performing really good and really promising. Anyways, we're seeing Elias on the first frag of the board. Second frag, Elias, Aesop on the first frag. Sanity double frag, and he does it. And Sanity on 10 HP. Really on trouble. Gets one tap. Flicker takes back. Flicker on a double frag. 1v1 doable. No, do not doable. Savage gets the half defuse and finishes off and gets the full defuse. Round goes forward, and we're seeing Hope Ball on the side of GSCHH. And what can I say?
Yeah, shoot. Why not?
I mean, nothing to say actually. It's kind of monotonous, Krista. I mean, look at this. Like,
I
first of
understand.
all, when we are talking, when we are talking, like, we are thinking, like, yeah, we may be seeing some balanced play and here and there. The match is gonna crack up. Something's gonna cook today. We might be seeing some sushi and some, Chinese vegetables picking up together. But now what we're seeing is one curry coming off with a rice, which is, sadly,
I really love the taste you have with your cuisine, buddy, but yeah, I get the reference, Kalashnikov. But yeah, it looks like actually today, speaking of food, CLX is actually being the food of GSC, and GSC is actually more than happy to play with the food, but either way, we're actually seeing it to be pushed on a 2v2 situation, and now this round can actually be winnable for the side of AG Sport Calix. But yeah, you did say that we had a very huge expectation from both of the teams. Well, Team GSC is actually living up to that, but CLX could have done better, but still, I'm not going to say they are underperforming or something. But yeah, the gap itself says it all. But either way, Nico is going to be up for a clutch here. He is the newest member of the team, and I think he will be able to make it happen. He does get spotted out with alarm, but he's going to give it a lot of sound for Sanity. Obviously, Sanity is going to be going for the backstab, but doesn't matter. We're actually going to be seeing Flicker cleaning him off, and that is going to be denying the match point for the side of AG Esports Calix, considering both of the teams were on their bonus rounds. Or actually, honestly speaking, Team GSC was on their bonus round. CLX was opted to go for SMG buys instead. So in either way, it was not a very dumb. What's it called, investment. It was a very straightforward one, so it did work out, and they did get the frag. So that was a very well execution from the side of CLX. They are still keeping themselves alive. They're still giving up some hope of life that they can bring it back, but still, that, as I mentioned, this is still a huge gap to worry about. 7 rounds in a row in order to deny the match point, and eventually, if their opponent hits double digits, or should I say match point, 12 rounds if I may say, they will have to push it to overtime, and that is going to be much more of a death sentence, because one more mistake and you are going to be off the map. Either way, we do see a lot of split coming in from the side of CLS. They are mainly focusing on mid though, so I guess they will go for that, but actually no, they are actually opting to go for A, because I do see that Reina walking all by herself onto banana. There is Nico holding onto the window. I don't think Nico knows the information, but maybe he does. But I don't see any cameras near the vicinity, which is gonna be giving him the information. But I think there is the shots being pulled out. We do see Savage and Aesop getting their own kills with the eco weapons they had. So the handguns are really paying off at the moment. Elias was on his ultimate with a blade, so he will find one, but not the second specs. However, he's gonna pick up his double, and now they do have a good amount of guns here to work with. CLS I'm talking about, but still, this is going to be hard because they don't have the manpower advantage, and looks like it's going to be harder for them. The Sandy is going to fall. Specs is going to find himself in a 1v2 with an angry Reina, or should I say an Empress on the opponent, and there is a plan going down. Empress is not giving away any of the sound. Aesop will just walk away, and he is being a boogeyman here. Specs will know the location of Nico, and he knows he does have only one classic to work with. Then that's a fight he can take, and I think he will take it more than happily, but no, Happiness is gonna have to wait as Nico is gonna shut him down. And wait a second. Oh, actually, they were looking at Spike, but that is actually gonna have to wait, and we're gonna see CLX falling, and that is gonna be match point for GSC Headhunters. They are hunting down the heads very precisely, very aggressively, and their strategy is undoubtedly just better, considering incomprehensive way to team Esports Calix, because every single time they are going for the plan, that's number one. They are pushing, when they are attacking, that is, they are pushing it to, to a postman situation, and whenever it is a postman situation against them, they're able to turn the table around more than successfully. So I must admit, team GSC Headhunters has adapted so much, and they're actually giving CLX a run for their money.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, I mean, every time I saw them doing that, I mean, shocked sometimes,
Oh, no.
Okay, Elias missed that, sadly. Elias missing Hunter Shuri coming off, positions getting come up, Savage getting the first opportunity, yes, go for it. That's off the floor. Flicker now knows what's going on and knows the position gets taken off, and that's it. 4v4, and there's something different coming off the board we might be seeing. And he's missed the shot, Elliot! Reaction, you should have been careful more, man. And that's it, 1 minute of the clock. This is going for a full rush to C. C is clear. Defenders should now move on to C as fast as possible. Calls coming off. Everyone should go for the rotation because Omen knows everything right now. And we might be seeing pushes coming off the board. Plan going off on the side of CLX. After plan situation right now. CLX have to decide this one. CLX, this is the decider. CLX needs to think. CLX needs to be calm and quiet right now. We are seeing Flicker going for the big rotation coming off. Really good one. CLX specs gets a flashback of the Sasuke. Right! Kill. Sadly, that's it. GSC ended off just like that. Really good execution coming off the board, and now that's an end of that, and once again that's that.
A very well execution indeed, Kalashnikov, from the side of CLX, considering they had comparatively weaker guns. But I guess from the side of GSC, they're actually starting to miss Mock now, because as I remember, Elias used to be the Omen player, and he was not a player who used to play the Operator. It was actually Aesop. And I guess Elias did not have enough practice with that gun, and that is why he's actually having a hard time. But I guess he is opting to go for the practice here, because I do see him playing the Marshall here. So they are on an eco round, so he can afford to go for a Marshall, because a Marshall is a very cheap gun. But when I used to see Aesop on the Operator, it used to be very scary for even me as a caster. I used to consider that if I was against him and he was holding an operator on my body or maybe on my character in game, I wouldn't be very confident. But still, as that's actually not the case, because now Aesop is playing Reina here, and well, that's actually a bummer, but still they will be able to recover that, because I do see them literally destroying CLX single-handedly. And we did see a pause timer from the side of GSN. I think they are actually think that they were trying to get the head straight, because this is still match point for them. They can take one more round and this is gonna reward them. But I guess from the side of GSC, they did go for the plan. They will execute the first kill, but it is gonna go on. Oh my god, Asa, look at that. He's gonna connect the shot with the Marshall. He doesn't need an operator, and that is such a huge damage from the side of AG Esports. GSC Headhunters. The defenders, the attackers will toss everything they have in order to deny the match point of their opponent, because I see Sanity literally throwing every single utility or Lego bricks, if I love to call them, because he wants to deny that. Oh my god, what is that shot, Nico? He is gonna shut down Ryo with the Sheriff. He will recover the gun as well. Specs will get a kill onto Eliza. We are actually hearing so many marshals in the distance, but suddenly the noise is gonna come to an Specs, the only player surviving, and he will be able to clutch it out, and that is gonna deny the match. That is gonna deny the map victory of Team GSC Headhunters. A very good execution once again from the side of CLX, considering GSC was on the eco round. We did see 3 marshals being drawn in, but the marshal investment was a very wise one, because we did see Aesop connecting the shots. So that's something he can really sleep on. They can really sleep on. But CLX, as they are really bringing it back, I think this is actually a good momentum they can establish in order to break the confidence of their opponent, and they can also push it to overtime.
About Marshall, I have to say, Marshall being a weapon like that, it's really cheap with that long range effectiveness, one-hit headshot capabilities, and Alias on the first frag, nice one coming off on the side of Alias. And it is speaking of that Marshall. Marshall being really cheap, effective at long range, and with a scope is really viable, and especially with the movement speed, mobility, and the kill award being Marshall really viable. And using a martial read is really a big skill to use, and a really good aim and crosshair placement coming off. And seeing Aesop using that to the advantage and really being effective, we're seeing a missed shot coming off on the side. Elias going for the second frag of the board. Third. It's gonna be really hard right now. We're seeing pushes coming off on the side of C. Garage push. Garage is still being pushed. We're seeing short guard coming off, and we're seeing the entry. One tap Aesop. Awesome one there coming by. Sanity goes for the plant. 2v5. It's do or die for CLX. And we're seeing 5 players pushing against that, really making some difference. 1v5 Specs. Specs gets taken out by GSC. We're seeing Flawless coming off. Nicely played, well played by GSC HH. Nice try by CLX, but at the end, it's GSC HH. Congratulations to GSC HH on the winning of the first map onto Heaven against AG Calix, whose map it was, and sadly they couldn't make it win. Really nice one coming off on the side of GSC HH. Waiting to see, maybe in next map we might be seeing something different coming off in the next map of Ascent.
Trust me, I'm really trying my best to keep my hopes up, and I think CLX can calm themselves down and they can fight back against GSC on GSC's map. Because I do remember that CLX did choose Ascent against Instant Esports on the previous day. So I really wouldn't be surprised if I see them in action against GSC, and they are actually gonna be destroying. If it happens, that is, if they happen to destroy or at least give GSC a hard fight and eventually taking the victory to push it to the third map. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really not gonna be surprised if that happens. But either way, we're actually seeing the scoreboard here. So we do see Elias used to be a smoke player, or should I say, Omen player. Despite of that, he's actually doing a lot of work for his team, because 22 kills is not a small number. Considering Aesop is the second fragger, 2 kills less than him. So I guess the roster swap was not too much of a problem for them, even though we see Nico having a very shallow number of kills. But still, I guess he is actually lacking the experience or the coordination with his teammate, which is going to be available after some time of grinding. But for CLX, their squad have been playing for a very long time, and they actually collapsed in the hands of GSC. But that was kind of heartbreaking for me to see, but that is actually not all we're going to be having the expectations from their end, because Sanity and Specs, they're really marvelous players in general, but I think they will have to speed up their plays, because I don't see their duelists doing much, especially Flicker. I remember he literally destroyed Instant Esports on the previous day, and today that's actually not happening here. So I guess CLX just needs to calm themselves down, and I think the break we're going to be taking is going to be enough to calm themselves down, because they are going to be up against GSC once again on the map of us. And speaking of the break, we're also going to be going for a break, ladies and gentlemen, allowing the players and ourselves to calm ourselves down and to see what the next map has to offer. That being said, stay tuned. We're going to be right back after a short while with the map of Ascent.
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফর্ম্যাট। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদের দ্বিতীয় স্থান হিসেবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসে অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হচ্ছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছে। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on winning.
স্বাগতম। বাংলাদেশের জন্য ESPL Valorant PowerUp সিরিজ ফরম্যাটে আপনাকে জানাই স্বাগতম। এই সিরিজটি রায়ট গেমস দক্ষিণ এশিয়া সমর্থিত একটি উদ্যোগ, যা বাংলাদেশের ভেতরে অপেশাদার গেমারদের প্রতিভা বজায় রাখতে এবং বৃদ্ধি করতে সহায়তা করবে। এর সুবিধার্থে পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজটিতে প্রতি মাসে 2টি প্রাইজ পুল সহ 2টি টুর্নামেন্ট থাকবে। প্রতিটি মাস শুরু হবে একটি বাছাই পর্বের সাথে, যেখানে সবগুলি দল সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাটে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষ 8টি দল পর্যন্ত, এবং এই 8টি দল অ্যামেচার কাপে উত্তীর্ণ হবে। এই 8টি দল ডাবল এলিমিনেশনে লড়াই করবে এবং বিজয়ী শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল আমন্ত্রিত হবে ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে প্রতিযোগিতা করবে শীর্ষস্থানীয় 3টি দল এবং আমন্ত্রিত 3টি দল। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের সময় অপেশাদার কাপ এবং ইনভিটেশনাল কাপের শীর্ষ 2টি দল উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটে খেলবে এবং তৃতীয় স্থানের দলগুলি একই পর্বে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটে। প্রথম রাউন্ডের প্রতিটি ম্যাচ হবে সিঙ্গল এলিমিনেশন ফরম্যাট। উচ্চ ব্র্যাকেটের 2টি বিজয়ী দল তারপর ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্যায়ে এগিয়ে যাবে। ডাবল এলিমিনেশন পর্বে হেরে যাওয়া দলটি তখন নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের দলের বিপক্ষে প্রতিদ্বন্দ্বিতা করবে। এই পর্যায়ে নিম্ন ব্র্যাকেটের যে দলটি হারবে তাদেরকে তৃতীয় স্থান হিসেবে শিরোনাম দেওয়া। ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে অংশ নেওয়া সমস্ত 6টি দল পরের মাসের অপেশাদার কাপে আবার প্রতিযোগিতা করে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, যার উদ্দেশ্য নতুন এবং উন্নত দলগুলিকে অপেশাদার কাপে প্রতিযোগিতার সুযোগ দেওয়া। এর দ্বারা ইনভিটেশনাল কাপে আরও অভিজ্ঞ দলের সাথে তাদের দক্ষতা পরীক্ষার চক্রটি পুনরাবৃত্তি করা হয়েছে। আমরা অর্থাৎ ESPL কিভাবে বাংলাদেশের দলগুলি পাওয়ার আপ সিরিজে পারফর্ম করে তা দেখার অপেক্ষায় রয়েছে। আপনার স্কোয়াড প্রস্তুত করুন এবং সিরিজটি শুরু হওয়ার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকুন। গুড লাক এজেন্টস।
Every young gamer wants to become an esports professional. We make it happen. You just keep on.
Ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be back with the second map of the day, and second map is gonna be Ascent, as you can see on your screens, and this is a map selected by GSC Headhunters. So without further ado, we're gonna be heading into the second map of the day. But do note, ladies and gentlemen, we do have one player swap from the side of CLX. So actually, Ryo's not gonna be playing. Instead, Banzai is gonna be playing. So let's see how much difference Banzai is gonna be bringing on the board. So let's not further ado. I guess all of the players from the side of GSC is also ready, but I do see Savage offline. But I guess it's just a bug from my end. But I guess it's gonna be fixed any second now, and we're gonna be heading into the game. Let's see how the game is gonna be, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, in this map of Ascent, it's gonna be really base gameplay is gonna matter a lot. Your gunfight is gonna matter a lot. Your strats to hold off mid and trying to,
Cats, basically.
yeah, exactly. The cat control means a lot from the mid. Market and cat, this diagonal line coming off on the mid is what's gonna make the difference of both of the teams. Who's gonna control the map? Because once you control this part of the map, you can push any side with a split push, and you can take off any defenders off the board. Because if you push on both sides, only thing defenders have in their head on the side of A side is only the heaven, on the B side only the side of the boathouse, and also on the side of short, which is gonna be really hard to take off and really hard to fight off. So basically, what we might be expecting is there's gonna be a hard
Okay, I
gunfight.
think we are having a technical difficulty here, ladies and gentlemen. Or
Anyways, either it's gonna be a hard fight or it's gonna be, the same thing we saw in the last match, which is gonna be the monotonous push coming out of the side of GSC HH, making once again the win of the round.
well, that is obviously gonna be a factor, not to mention that. But CLX will have to speed up their game on the second map, and I believe they had enough time to plan out the strategy. And bringing Banzai onto the board is really gonna be rewarding for their end, because in case you guys have not kept up with the first stream, we did see GSC Headhunters taking a victory against AG Esports Calix with a scoreline of 13-6. So that being said, GSC is really having a good day so far, and I'm actually expecting something. Actually, I'm seeing something happening from the players' end. So I guess it's actually gonna be a technical difficulty from our end. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll have to understand what's exactly happening, because we're actually seeing the players getting disconnected. So we're gonna be right back after a short while. Just stay tuned. So, ladies and gentlemen, our players are gonna be ready. So we are. So we're gonna be heading into the game as fast as we can, and we're still seeing the roster swaps from both of the sides because I guess of some electricity issue, but still. That actually is not going to be a problem. We're going to be heading into Assen, the second map of the day. Let's see how this map is going to be played out.
Well, we're seeing picks coming off on the both sides. CLX Kiro with Jet once again, Sanity once again with the Killjoy. We're seeing Banzai, a new pick coming off with the Sova. Flicker on the Empress. We're seeing Specs. On the other side, Sasuke once again with the Omen, Elias on the Jet, Nico on Cypher, Savage on the Sova, waiting for Ace up to pick off. It's gonna be the balanced map of Ascent, which is gonna be the control of Cat, and we might be seeing pick of Reina maybe on the side of Ace.
Yeah, it is going to be Reina because
it's gonna be-
GSC opts to go for a Reina pick pretty much all time, every time. Well, Aesop used to be the Jet player, but Elias is going to be taking his honors, so he is going to be opting to go for the Reina. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The picks are done. We're going to be heading into the game. Without further ado, that is map number 2, Ascent, selected by GSC. And as we mentioned in the first, GSC is going to be defending on every possible map played today against Team CLX. Yes.
CLX is gonna defend. Anyways, getting back. I mean, on the first round, I mean, hoping that this time maybe after all of them going through the time of the last map at the mine, CLX, need to cool off their mind, need to understand that their aggression, they should go for a counter aggression, and they should really try to outsmart GSC, trying to understand their constant aggression towards sites, and have to use their utilities to their advantage and fend off GSC as much as they can, because right now it's all about how much you're gonna fend off, how much you're gonna spend time out here. And as we're seeing coordinated push coming off on the side of A, making some noise. I don't think they're gonna go inside A. I think they're gonna just try to make some noise, to take some pre-picks coming off. Wait a minute, are we seeing defenders pushing off the Cat? Yes, they are, and we might be seeing a frag coming off very soon. Flicker pushing off the angle, one tap, and that's a spike down. Really unexpected push coming off. Banzai taking both kills of the board, really doing really well, and we're seeing Elias taking that Flicker and the one tap to the frenzy, and Kiro still holding off. It's gonna be really hard. One tap, nice shot coming off Sasuke on a counter flank over here. Kiro is really in trouble right now. GSC with that gunfight making it really happen, but still Sandy getting the first frag on the board on Aesop. We're seeing still having off there. One more frag of the board, but Sasuke takes back the round once again, and this is something not to be expected. Hunters trying to hunt back, but gets hunted, and as the same thing goes off, flanking goes for flanking and gets flanked instead.
Nice try by CLX here. Well, they did see a lot of aggressions from the side of GSC on the previous map, so now they're actually putting some counter aggression as well. But in the end, it's not going to be that much rewarded because they had to wait. Do note, ladies and gentlemen, when you are defending, you have to be slightly calm because the clock is actually favoring you. But for the side of CLX, they actually opted to go for a slightly way too aggressive than they should have been. Well, success could have been an issue, but looks like this time around this is not going to be the case. Flicker is going to be going for a very identical kill play. He did go against Instant Esports on the previous day, but this time around the players are going to predict that more than easily, and the spike is going to go down without further ado. So the executions are really marvelous from the side of GSC. There's no doubt about that. CLX is on an eco run, but they will have to do so much in order to get this retake. And it looks like they're not going to be able to do much. And in the end, this is all up to the Sova from the side of Team CLX. But looks like it's not going to be that much effective. So CLX is still struggling here. This is going to be a flawless run. And on top of that, we're going to be seeing a Team Ace being brought from the side of GSC. So their teamwork is just that better. Their coordination is just that confident. So yeah, they are trying their best to adapt to the situation, but even after so, GSC is understanding how this is going to be played out by CLX. So they're actually not allowing CLX to read them, because even if they are playing it bold, they are actually going for something unpredictable, which is actually catching CLX off guard pretty much all time, every time.
Well, among that, the fast pushing and understanding the situation, we are seeing Elias trying to push for his luck, coming back really good, coming off really good move coming off the board. Specs trying to blind fire, trying to get some damage, but what they should have done is use the utilities and stop the attackers, but I don't think they did. They are really failure in that crossback, and we might be seeing everyone pushing out. Oh, Aesop almost there, could have pre-fired the angle, could have get the headshot of the board. Now we're seeing, oh, Savage on a run and gun headshot to one more frag, and not doable. Sadly misses off, panics on the floor. 1v1. Banzai gets taken out. Sasuke being dominating and finishing off the round once again. Third round coming up on the side of GSC being dominating as per se, just like before, not being back holding, and we are still seeing CLX on their knees yet to now, and this is gonna be really difficult to say whether this time CLX is gonna make happen anything.
That is actually gonna be a good question, Kalashnikov, because trust me, for now I don't see much confidence being brought from the side of CLX, because every single time GSC is pushing aggressively, and for some reason CLX is not able to hold on to that. Because do note, on the previous round, it was a bonus round for the side of GSC, as they did not buy any weapons. But aside that, we did see it to be dragged on a 1v1. But for the side of GSC, they were able to keep the manpower alive. It was dragged to a 1v1. But even after that, we did see the Omen playing unpredictably, and he did get the kill onto the targeted Sova, denying the clutch. So GSC is really confident when it comes to playing with their toys, and to be honest, their utility usage, their aggression, their strategies are just that strong, and I guess CLX will have to work hard in order to get themselves in the same line, because so far it's really not the case, because their economy management is really going to be a cluster for them, and looks like it's going to be the same case once again, and they are actually going to be pushing in from the side of A, and this is something which is going to be predicted by Team GSC, because we do see the utilities being placed in, but no kills are going to be coming in from the side of CLX, because GSC was ready and they were just holding on to a crossfire. It feels like we're just seeing a day inside of this shooting range, because GSC is just shooting down the targets one by one, as they're not falling back, because the targets in the shooting range do not shoot back. But either way, we're gonna be seeing GSC not stopping. Aesop is gonna find a floor bang onto Specs, and that is gonna leave Sanity alive in a 1v5 with a Sheriff in hand. And this is really gonna be hard for him, to say the least. He will connect one shot, but not the second. He will go for the reload, but I guess everybody knows exactly where Sanity is, and Sanity will find an opener on the 7, but with the postman situation, this is really gonna be hard, and he's gonna find the second, but not the third. Aesop is gonna clean him off very nice and easily, and that is gonna be a 4th round in favor of GSC Headhunters. This is really giving me goosebumps here, Kalashnikov, because so far GSC is really dominating the match, and they're really not giving CLX any zone of comfort, because they're literally making CLX push the limits, excuse me, right there. So if that keeps happening, I really wonder what is going to happen for the side of CLX in the long run, because they are going for another full buy round here. But if they lose that, they're not going to be having any more bonus rounds, because you only get extra treads for the losing bonuses, actually, for only 5 rounds.
Well, we're seeing here one taps coming across the mid, taking the cut control really fast. And this 4 rounds went so fast, last match it took time for 4 rounds to get over it. But anyways, we're seeing Aesop gets taken out, sadly gets punished for not drawing out his weapon and running indiscriminately. We're seeing Kiro with an operator 1v4, and it's gonna be one hell of a time for him, because he has to make it happen. He gets spotted, sadly, and that's that. He has to save his operator for the next round. His most expensive weapon in the round, most rewarding and better and hard to use, high skill weapon, and high risk, high reward weapon. And this is gonna be really hard for him to open up to. Anyways, he's still holding angle. Tech sadly takes down, and he should have instead picked that angle first. Really sad for him, and everyone knows what his position is now there, and everyone is searching for him, and maybe pushing off all the angles. They're now thinking, yes, he is in the spawn, and we have to take him out, because he has one weapon that really matters, misses the shot and tries to get inside the smoke, trying to survive. Sadly doesn't. Sasuke takes him off, and sad for Kiro, couldn't save the most expensive thing, or I should say the ornament of his team. Really sad. Once again, it's the fifth round. Cristo, I mean, look at this, man. I mean, look at this. The domination, groundbreaking domination coming out on the side of GSC. I mean, I'm just speechless. I mean, CLX is, cannot stand in that aggression, you know.
Indeed, because GSC's aggression is really unprecedented, and for now, CLX does not have any or stand any chance against GSC, and I guess that is gonna be keeping happening because Kiro is gonna be our first casualty of the game, despite of being an eco round here. And now I believe CLX will not be able to adapt to this, but I'm really trying my best to keep my hopes up for them. GSC here is gonna be going for an A execution, and looks like they know objective A is clear, and they are gonna be tossing the cloud burst for the confirmation. They don't need any smokes to work with because the Omen can chill out, he can take his time, and there you go. The spike is gonna go down without any possible competition or any contests. So we're gonna be seeing Nico here on a pretty much rampage. He's gonna clean off his third kill right there, and he's looking for more. Banzai is actually going for the kill, but he's gonna be shut down by Aesop, and that is gonna be six rounds on the side of GSC Headhunters. On top of that, it was a flawless round. So GSC, I believe they knew that their opponents are gonna be on an eco round, even though it was not an eco round, it was a half buy round. So they're actually concerned about that, and they're actually making the damage happen. And as I go through the scoreboard, I can see all of the players from the side of GSC are really dominating here, considering their KD ratio and kill and performances. CLX can do way better than this, and trust me, speaking of CLX's performance, this is really not a CLX I saw against Instant Esports.
Well, Instant Esports is really good team, and they're really strong, but maybe the last time they were off their performance, and I saw CLX performing really bright against that. And anyways, we're seeing Flicker missing the shot, which was really almost pretty much easy shots, but missing all of it. And we're seeing Kiro just spraying off the whole side, missing every shot possible. And anyways, we're still seeing counter sprays coming off. Plan goes off in their nose when both of them were alive, and we are seeing pushes coming off on the both sides, and still attackers trying to defend off. And Sasuke gets one tap on Banzai on a refrag coming off, misses the shot, and he gets Sasuke once again gets punished for the mistake. And we are seeing Elias and Aesop getting one taps. Aesop trying to pick off once again, gets paranoid, and that's once again one more time and finishes off CLX X. What a rampage! GSCHH Headhunters hunting heads and dominating the field of Ascent just like heaven, or maybe more recklessly, which we are seeing right now.
GSC choosing the map of Ascent, it really does not surprise me, and now I'm actually actually we all can see why, because GSC is really not forgiving anything from the side of CLX, because every single time we're seeing CLX going for a buy round, and then instantly they're going after losing the buy round, they're going for a Nico and vice versa, and that is gonna be the 7th round in favor of GSC. And I guess this is gonna be the same case once again, because I do see pistols in the hands of CLX. So this is really gonna be a problem for CLX here, to say the least. We do see a Blade Storm from the side of mid, and there you go. The Jet is gonna go under the radar, and he will find a kill onto Aesop, but even after that, we see a man advantage from the side of GSC. Well, CLX Kira was trying to be a hero back there, but eventually he's gonna be punished in front of the operator. He is the better Jet, and she was the faster one. In the end, we do see Specs going for a hunt onto his twin brother, but he won't find success. Banzai is the lone survivor here. He will pick up one, but not the second. Elias is gonna find his third kill, and once again, we see GSC literally destroying everything they can find from the side of CLX, because so far I don't see CLX Headhunters standing any absolute chances against GSC, because HO is a marvelous, or should I say a devastating scoreline. I mean, considering Team CLX did not win any round so far, this is really gonna be hard for them to bring it back. And I don't even know. I mean, why would I even consider this as a very balanced split? Because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, this is really not gonna be a balanced split after halftime. But for now, we do see Flicker getting an entry onto Elias. So it looks like things are gonna be brighter for CLX on this time.
CLX Kiro trying to be hero. That was nice. And he was really seeing nice poem coming out on the side of
Yeah, it was rhythmic. It was just rhythmic.
Yeah, it was really good rhythmic. And we are seeing rhythmic one taps coming up on the board. And we are seeing really fast takeoff on CLX, just like CLX shined a bit, maybe last time in heaven. Anyways, we're seeing Savage, star player, coming off, gave some footstep while picking some angles, giving up the positions and the aggression at A coming off and checking off the angles, specs, still unorthodox to the push coming off. One guy remaining and it's all up to Nico. One frag off the board. Will he get a second? Let's see, 11 HP, really low, really low. No, he doesn't. Sanity finishes off Nico on a body shot, expected a headshot, but never mind. It's that stat and first round coming up on the side of CLX. Nothing special yet. No, what do you call it? The elements of miracles yet. But let's see if elements of surprise, elements of miracles do arise in the coming rounds. For CLX, need to rethink their strategies, rethink their game, because I mean, look at GSC they're really close to the double digits, which is gonna be really dangerous for CLX to think of the first time.
Absolutely. And on top of that, we do see Flicker getting an entry, but do note that actually the round CLX won is just gonna be a dent for the momentum of GSC if they are allowing to do so, that is. And looks like they are actually allowing them because Flicker did find one kill, but still GSC, despite of losing that round, they had enough money to work with and they are gonna be going for yet another full buy. Aesop is down, that is the top fragger they have, so I think CLX can calm distance down. They have bought themselves a good amount of breathing zone, but still I wonder how effective that is gonna be. For the attackers, I do see them stacking up on A, and I guess they will go for the rotation, but that is really undoubted because I don't think they are going to be letting it go. We do see smoke positions coming in from the side of the Omen. So I guess it is going to be an A execution, but if they are opting to go for an A execution, this is really going to be hard because the Killjoy is actually playing with her choice all over the objective. And now, as the utilities are tossed in, this is obviously going to be an information and a confirmation onto the defenders. This is going to be the objective, and this is going to be an information Sandy is going to be sleeping on as he finds a kill onto a Jet. But still, this is actually going to be a bloodbath for the side of GSC as they were not able to control the strategies from the defensive lines from the side of CLX, as CLX will pick up another round in their favor. So that is two impressive rounds from the side of CLX. I believe they can hold on to that. But even after that, as I mentioned, the momentum from the side of GSC is really, really strong even after the previous two defeats, because I can see that they can still go for full buys and they are actually going to be going for full buys. And this time around, I guess instead of playing bold, they're going to be playing it smart. And if they are playing it smart, this is something team CLX will have to keep in mind, because on the previous map, we did see that CLX had a hard time reading their opponents.
There.
Well, looking at that, I mean, that's the thinking, different case coming off. And sometimes we just really think, don't. Okay. Anyway, Sanity takes back the frag, sadly, making of the changes coming off the board. Different, maybe. Let's see. And we're still seeing 4v4 situation. Strong hold by Sanity right there. Elias? Yeah, he is gonna pick up that. He's gonna wait 1 minute of the clock, and we are seeing aggression coming off on the side of B. And yes, it's gonna be an aggression towards B. Recon Bolt got discovered and calls coming off. It's gonna be B. Everyone's going for the rotation. And we're still seeing GSC on the nick of that point. And we're seeing Hero trying to be the hero once again. Hero is still waiting for them to enter, and yeah, they are, and Hero is gonna stay there. What an entry coming up on the corner zone! Gets that frag through the wall. Plan goes off, and we're seeing
Spike planted.
Specs still, fighting for the entry. Sasuke is damage takes back. Sad to them. Kiro trying to be hero. Kiro is the hero for CLX. It's only coming up worse. Trying their best. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? 7 points. Oh, why did you turn right? Why would you turn right? Why would you do that? Why would you do
Last
that?
round in the
Hero,
half.
why would you do that? Wonderful execution coming out of the side of GSCHH, and that's a round concluding the last round before the swap. Crystal.
Well, a good execution indeed from the side of GSC, but the main part I wanna mention from the side of CLX is actually their operator is gonna be used against them, and it was actually used by GSC Elias, and he's actually sticking with that. The Reaver Vandal, well, it's just gonna betray its own owner, so that it's kind of sad if you ask me. But still, let's see if it is gonna be rewarding them. Flicker is gonna be deploying his ultimate, and now he is gonna get tagged out, and that is gonna be a problem because yeah, he can have the elevated RPM, but even after that, he will have to take the fight. And now Savage is actually concerned about the location of the Reyna, and now Reyna is gonna be standing in the open. He doesn't have any cover to work with, so he is just gonna go from the catwalk. He's trying to find a killer too, but he is gonna have so many utilities being on his face, but he will find one kill, which is gonna recharge his Empress. So that is on the right side, and there you go. We're gonna be seeing Elias getting a revenge onto Elias for stealing his gun, and I think he's gonna recover that. No, he won't recover that for the time being, but now he's gonna get tagged. So aggression is going to be rewarding CLX for the time being because they have the control of, actually they don't have the control of the spike yet, but they do have the control of mid. So as Kalashnikov mentioned on the first time, this map is actually dependent on a map controls. So this is actually going to be very, oh no, the trigger discipline from the side of Specs is going to win them the round. What's that, ladies and gentlemen? Specs who is gonna find the remaining 3 kills with that trigger discipline as he let all the players pass, and he will find literally clear line of sight on all of them, and that is gonna be putting CLX on another round on the board. So that was a very well execution from the side of CLX. Doesn't matter if they're heroes or not, at least they won the round thanks to Flicker and Specs. They're gonna be putting a split of 9-3, which is really not a very balanced split if you ask me, but still I think they have a good amount of chance in order to come back. But let's see if GSC is going to be allowing them to do so.
And that's what's making, the progress, the difference between GSC and CLX. CLX trying to, shine on the lower part, on the later parts where, where GSCH is going for defense, and CLX known for their, push. Especially when I saw the match against Instinct Esports, making it happen. We're seeing Elias getting the info peaks, gets a lot of info, falls back, gets the call, everyone's on the rotation, and pretty sure it's gonna be a split. And that's that. Elias gets a first frag on Flicker, Manzai gets frag off, takes back the frag off. Nice one coming off. ASC Sanity on a second frag, really good on a headshot level. And we are seeing 2v3 situation, Banzai on a full rotation coming off. We're seeing the side being taken over, and that's the recon bolt coming off, and recon goes off, checking off the angles, both of them fully on full HP. Position gets taken off. There's a big flank coming off on the board. Banzai on Banzai. Okay.
Potato Fest.
Exactly. And that's that. Oh my lord, such a sad push coming off, didn't work out, and one more round on the side of CLX now making a difference. And Christo, what do you think? Will this be your miracle that you always mention?
Well, CLX will buy themselves some time, as we can see, as they have won the second pistol round. So I do see some hope from their end, because as they are forcing their opponent to go for an eco, this is really going to be a free round for them, because considering every anti-eco round is a free round, because your opponents are going to be having a big disadvantage compared to your weaponry or arsenal. So that is something CLS can really focus on, and I think they will be focusing on that. Elias will go for the info peak once again, but this time around, Sasuke is gonna be a casualty here, as he was trying to walk through the smoke of catwalk. But this is something GSC can try to hold on, but they will have to make it fast. But which is also this is also applicable for the side of CLX, because they will have to make the plays here, because this is the time of their life. If they want to push it to the third map, this is now or never. And I guess they will be focusing on that, because we do see utilities being tossed way too far, which is not going to be that useful. So they are trying to cross the limits, but not like that. But for now, we do see the players of CLX able to flush the players out from A. So flushing them out, as they found success in flushing them out, I think they will be going for an A execution, because the spike has made its way to A. And we're going to be seeing Kiro picking up a double kill right there. It's going to leave one player with low HP from the side of Team GSC. So I don't see much hope from the side of the Cypher, because he will have to make so much with that classic in hand. Considering he has 20 HP, I don't think he's just... I don't think he's gonna be doing much, but still he's gonna confirm one kill, which is gonna give him some extra crits for the kill, but nothing else. Flicker is gonna put him out of his misery, and that is how we're gonna be seeing 5-9 scoreline, still in favor of Team GSC Hunters. But you know, this is really where the match is gonna, the half is gonna be starting, because we are actually expecting Team GSC Hunters to go for full buys, which they will be going for. If CLX cannot win this bonus round, this is really gonna be a death sentence for them, because their opponent is going to be cracking the double digits without any questions asked.
Well, this is like, to be honest, not so, tough a split, to be honest. It's 4 rounds off and doable for CLX on both sides. And, CLX, the constant, performance coming off on the side, I think they're really trying to, keep up with GSCHH, even though it's being really, tough for them to hold off like that. And, finding off the every bit, inch, centimeter, millimeter of mistakes being put off by the side of GSCHH, and punishing them for that is what is making a bit of difference right now. And anyways, what we might be seeing is splits coming off on all angles, trying to, go for, infos coming off. And anyways, we're seeing some fakes coming off, but on the other side we're seeing the entry being really quiet here. And yes, we didn't see any frag on the board, but anyways, that's a refrag coming off, and full entry comes off. We're seeing plans going off, waiting for them to plan off, and angles gonna be swapped, cards gonna be flipped, 30 seconds of clock, and we're seeing ace up on the first frag on Banjai, and it's 3v4 situation. We're still seeing defenders on the advantage, and we're seeing a info dirt coming up. One frag, nice one by Savage. Savage is what were you thinking, Savage, on that? Specs?
Oh, no.
Not this time, Specs. Not this time. Not every time. And we are seeing GSCHH on double digits right now. Really awesome play coming off. Really good retake. Really high skill, high reward retake coming up on the side of GSCHH. Making this really tough for CLX till now. And this time around, we expect the unexpected.
Absolutely. And CLX was able to, try to go for a bit more. Talos, can I carry on for a sec?
Yeah, of course. So on this buy phase, we're seeing both of the teams on a force. But wait a minute. Are we seeing Banjai with the classic with no weapon? What is that? Anyways, that's that. Something different coming off Banjai, trying to wait and back up his teammate so that he might get a frag maybe and get a weapon retrieved. Anyways, we're seeing the recon drone going for the recon, getting all the information they really need, and we're seeing Flicker holding off on the mid with an operator, and that's really nice. That's really nice. Recon ball coming off on the prediction. Misses just sadly. Flicker moves us. Crosshair up. I don't know why. It's 1 minute off the clock, and we're still seeing less pushes, less aggression coming on the side of CLX. CLX still holding the mid. Really less time. They're not deciding what's gonna happen next. They're not deciding what they're gonna do, what they're gonna push, and we're seeing Flicker pushing off, and we're seeing Banja on a full rotate. I don't know what's gonna happen, but they have really less time. They have to push right now. It's now or never really less time coming off the board, and we're seeing aggression towards B coming off. 30 seconds on the clock. Every bit, every usage of utilities on the angle, and we're still seeing pushes coming off. Sadly, Nico takes one frag, but one takes back one more. Plan goes off, breaks off the door. Why would you do that, Kiro? You just open up enemies to come over to you. Really sad. And still we are seeing a 4v4 situation. Dubo misses the shot, flicker sadly, and still holding off the angle, still making an angle flick here, and Push is coming off, misses the shot. This is gonna be really hard. Tackers pushing off, angles, Paranoia coming on the board. Nice one by Kiro pushing off, Sanity, good one, Savage. Nice one, Savage! Kiro takes back, Kiro trying to be the hero. Kiro with the less weapon. Kiro somehow manages to mix off, and Kiro with the quad kill, finishing off. Nice round coming off on the side of CLX, finishes off the round, and that's that. And miracles do happen, and this round was a rather miracle. We saw GSC being taken out. GSC is still hoping for the best because they're going for the force buy. CLX on the full buy. Arsenal full. We're gonna see something different, and we're gonna see an eco on the side of GSC HH. Still hoping might GSC make a difference right now or never. But CLX with that aggression, that trying to read off enemy brain has been proving successful so far, making a difference right now. Banjai on a one tap, but Sasuke takes back one frag off the board. Sasuke, what was that, Sasuke? What's that, Sasuke? Really nice shot coming off, really good. And we are seeing Savage Fury getting first round. Savage double kill on the Hunter's Fury. What was that? Swiped out CLX. Didn't help out now, didn't it? And 4v1 situation, Kiro is gonna be the hero already. He was the hero last time, and now it's gonna be a different right now, and we might be seeing less than a minute on the clock, surrounded by enemies at every angle. Sadly gets off on Nico on an ankle. He gets some noise, and he knows where everyone is. Savage is just on the corner, and they know that, and they have to set up crossfire as soon as possible because it's gonna be really hard for him. And what's that? This is the shot. Oh! On a jump shot, finishing off Kiro, the hero of CLX, going for the hope ball on the round, and it's 11-6. And I don't see any hope for CLX yet, but keep on watching. We might discover something else.
Absolutely. Well, there's one thing I have, Kalashnikov, that is so many questions. Actually, I have multiple questions from the previous round because GSC was on an eco round. That's number one. Secondly, they were aggressive enough. Yeah, that is something I really admire. But how did that Sova pick up a double kill onto mid A without any potential refrags? I guess we'll never get the answers, but that really breaks my heart, to say the least, because CLX had everything in their favor. Every odds were favoring them, but still they just came up on the bottom. So that's actually a problem they will have to work on. But either way, GSC is really concerned. This is actually going to full-on push onto the side of A. Well, we did see the Reina going for the ultimate, but he will not find success yet. Elias is going to be here with the excuse me right there, the Elder Flame operator, and he's gonna recover an Elder Flame Vandal. And now there is the ultimate from the side of the Cypher. The neural theft is gonna give away the location of the defenders, but looks like it is actually gonna be a problem for GSC to work with because Flex is gonna pick up a double, but looks like Defuse is going down. Not gonna be a successful one. The Defuse is gonna go down successfully thanks to Savage. He will lose. I'm sure he will be eliminated, but the murders are gonna be remembered, and that is how we're gonna be seeing Team GSC pushing it to match point in their favor. 6-12 being the scoreline, I really don't see this going in favor of CLX anymore. They will have to win 6 more rounds in order to push it to overtime, or we're just gonna see the identical scores from the previous map.
Well, my question is on Banjai.
Eris, by the way,
I mean,
Eris.
Get out of my way.
Wait.
That is an
Wait. Let's look at Sanity. Let's look at Sanity. What is that?
It's an Eris.
Why
This is,
would you buy
this is
that?
actually a gun we barely see in competitive play. But trust me, Ares is actually a gun I used to play back when Valorant was on beta, because this gun is pretty accurate when you aim down sights. Even though when you are aiming down sights, it's not giving you any advantages or any disadvantages when it comes to RPM. But still, it is actually a gun you can spray, you can reload fast enough. So, I mean, it is an LMG.
but less
so-
accurate, of course. If you wanna be a Rambo, of course it's your weapon, and if it's not, then yeah.
Even for suppressive fire, it does work out. But yeah, we do see it in the hands of Sanity. But back to you, Kalashnikov.
Yeah. Well, Sanity lost his sanity, is what I see right now, and I'm just waiting him to just spam this. I mean, I wanted to spam. Oh, sadly. Wait a minute. Let's see some spam. No, he just left that. I thought I'd see some spam coming up, but no, sadly there wasn't. And there's really less time coming off the clock, and we're seeing pushes coming off.
30
No
seconds
space. Let's check the omen on the side. Nico, there's a oh, Nico.
One
2v2.
enemy remaining.
Oh, Sasuke.
Spike down.
Final kill.
Last player
1v1's gonna decide what's gonna happen next. Sasuke, it's your thing, man. Spikes on the
10
floor,
seconds
plan
left.
goes off. Angle cause of clutch is coming off on Banjai. Really nice one coming off. But my question to Banjai is, on the previous round, before the round, why did you jump to an enemy and just gave up your Vandal? You could have saved that for the next round. Could have, bought Sanity a better weapon than an Ares he just used. Could have been, better results. But maybe, I don't know, maybe he was demoralized by the team performance or anything. But, I mean, to be honest, maybe it's a match point. But on this map, comparatively to the last map what you saw in Heaven, this match of CLX was pretty much nice to watch right now. And there's a really good prediction coming up at Banjai against a frag. Aesop with the Marshall spam getting frag on headshot. Nice one by Aesop. He's really nice at that. And we also saw Marshall Mathers, Marshall frag last time on the last map, and Specs getting one frag on Nico, really nice one there. Aesop falling back, making some very big noise on that, and we are seeing Spec getting the entry off on the B side, getting the plan, and he might be seeing something different right now, and we're still seeing competitive aggression coming off on the side, and it's 3v2 situation. Defenders are on the all right now, and we might be seeing a fragging capabilities coming off. And wait a minute, Elias, will you get any frag? Yes, Elias might get a frag, and he does get a frag on a headshot. He gets a weapon, and defenders have a chance right now, though they have really less time left on the clock, and it's really hard for them to carry on like that. Aesop getting the frag, Aesop on paranoia, Aesop getting taken out. Hero is gonna try to be the hero. GSC misses on. Really nice try, but CL gets back around. Oh, okay.
Well, nice all by the way, Kalashnikov. But yeah, in the end, we're not gonna be having any survivors from that round. And I really love the fact that CLX is keeping themselves alive on their opponent's match point. So if they can hold on to that, this is really gonna be a marvelous one, because I guess the miracle is coming, because 4 more rounds is really doable. And considering the economy from the side of CLX is also kind of commendable, because if they can push it further, I think they can make it happen. And for now, we do see GSC is being slightly aggressive than they should be, because I see the Aesop pushing up, and he does get a kill as well, and he will take the dismiss for the information onto the opposing Reina. And now, as they have everything in their favor, looks like CLX is going to be having a hard time. Flicker, however, is focusing onto the side of mid, and I think they will opt to go for a rotation, and yes, they will. There is this one being tossed in, but still, there is no aggressions yet. Kiro and Sanity is looking like they are being confident this is going to be a B execution, because the spike is also making its way to B, but it's really heavily unlikely, because Savage is not going to be letting this angle go, and he is actually guarding the bomb along with the Cypher. The informations are there, and for now, the Cypher is going to be the casualty here, and we do...
What was that? I don't know what was that, but...
I guess it was an internet issue. Sorry, excuse me right there.
No
So...
problem.
Okay, so back in action. So we did
The
see...
internet issue, you just missed a shot with this godly coming out on the side of Savage, but carry on.
Yeah, thanks a lot. But you know, I did see that kill from the side of the Cypher, and suddenly my internet just flickered. But I think Flicker is gonna be holding on here. Elias is gonna find a kill onto Sanity, and looks like things are bright for GSC, and it's all up to nobody. Actually, I was about to say it was a dream for Specs to handle, but he won't be able to handle that, and that is gonna be the end of the second map of the day, as GSC has a lot of time to go for the defuse, and they will be able to secure the second map as well. Well, commendably, they do. Well, the previous performance from the side of AG, it was actually slightly better on this map around, but even after that, it was just not enough to take their victory, or should I say, push it to the third map. So this is really heartbreaking for CLX or AG Esports Calix, but in the end, it was a good game from both of the end, and GSC will get 2 rounds in consecutive order in order to push it to the upper brackets of ESPL Bangladesh Valorant Invitational Season 4.
And speaking of that, it was really, something different coming off on the side of CLX this time. They tried their best. They just, tried to make a difference, tried to fend off Angos utilities. Yeah, it was pretty improved, from the last map of Heaven, which was their map actually. They could have done better. They could have thought better. They could have, took it more heavily and could have, gone for the full aggression. But what I saw is that the full team of CLX panicking and choking on, the most types of pushes coming out of the side of GSC. They're just afraid that it's just GSC. They're gonna come inside and kill us all, and something like that coming off. But still, we are seeing, performance coming out of the side of on the later rounds of the map of Ascent. We saw them really having a promising fragging capabilities, but at the end of the day, we saw how GSC really excelled in the communication and on the team play on the rounds, on the later rounds, especially in defending. Yeah, we saw GSC choking a bit on the defensive rounds actually, and we saw commendable attacking coming off on the side of CLX, but at the end it wasn't worth it for CLX. They tried their best. I think they learned a lot today. And speaking of the scoreboard, we're seeing CLX Kiro on the kill, 23 kills, highest, really good on that. And we're seeing Aesop on the second frag on the side of GSC on 23 kills, Savage on 18, Nico on 17, Banjai on 13, Sanity on 15, Specs on 14, Sasuke on 15, Elias on 13, and strangely underperforming Flicker on 5 kills. But
Well, that's really sad. But
yeah, exactly. Because I saw Flicker, was really good at the Reina against Instinct Esports. As I remember, I was with you too, Cresto. I mean, it was pretty good. He had really good amount of frags, important choke points holding off by Flicker. But this time around, did not perform really good against GSC making him absolute on this map, on this match, on this series once again.
absolutely. Well, Flicker and CLX can do way better than this, and I guess they're actually having a bad day because it is Ramadan after all, and we are all tired in the end. But still, there is a scoreboard as you can see. And speaking of the breaks and etc., this is actually all for the day. We're gonna be wrapping it up, and we're gonna be expecting your presence on the upcoming day. And we really expect these teams to come back to the VODs to learn from their mistakes. That being said, that's all as I mentioned. So we're gonna be taking a break, and stay tuned for the upcoming days. This is Christian Kalashnikov signing out because trust me, we are all tired. So are you. Take care. Good night. And
by
see you
the
next
way,
time.
happy Ramadan.
Yep, exactly.